Hello everyone, welcome to this house of fashion. Hope you are all fine. Today's episode is going to be based on how to cut a flare gown. It has an inner pocket and it has a standing collar, and it's of two fabric, the chain fabric, then the plain fabric. I'll be using this for the body, and this is going to be at the collar, then I'll be using at the sleeve side. I'm going to show it to you when I'm done with the sewing. If you're watching for the first time, you're in the best place to be, and make sure you subscribe to my channel and on the notification bell so that whenever I upload, you're going to get notification. So I'll be starting with this chain fabric first, because that's what I'll be using to cut the body. I'll be folding this into 4 places now. This is into 4 places now. You can call this a flare, and you can also call it an A-line, because if you see the way I fold it, it's not a normal A-line shape. So when you cut it out now, it will be free more than A-line styles. You can also call it a flare, it depends on how you want it. So let me show you the way I fold it now. This is into 4. You see, this is into 2. This is into 2 first, then I fold it this way, making into 4. You can see the way I fold it. You can see this area, and you can see this area. You can see this area is wider, and this is not as wide as the down part here, which is quite different from when you are folding it equally and you want to cut out the A shape. So you can see the way I fold it. Then I'll start the cutting. The measurement I'll be using here, I'll be using the length 57. The full length is 57 with the seam allowance. The bust measurement is 42 inches. It doesn't have waist. Then the back is 15 inches. To get the actual length of the dress, you're going to take the tape from here, then you take it down. You can see the way I slant the tape, it's not straight. Then you take it down. You can see this is 57. You can see it. You can see the way I get the measurement now. And that is how you're going to round it when we get there. So the first thing we're going to do here, when you check this area, you see this area is not as equal as this. This is just 2 and this is 4. You can see it. So this is the place we're going to cut out. For this type of folding, we already have our shoulder slant. So to get the shoulder slant now, you're going to trace it from here. You can see it. You can see this area. So you can trace it from here up, and that is where you're going to get your shoulder slant. You can see it. Then I'm going to cut it. This is the shoulder. So now I'll take measurement of the shoulder, which is 7.5, and if the shoulder you are considering is more than 7.5, so you have to adjust this area by shifting it. You can see. So maybe you are dealing with a shoulder 9, shoulder 10. You can see, as when you are dealing with shoulder 10, you have to adjust this area. But mind you, I'm using 3 yards of this fabric, and that means if you are using shoulder 10, that means you're going to be using 4 yards or 3.5 yards of any fabric. The armhole measurement. I'll be using the armhole measurement of 7.5. Then the bust measurement, I said it's 42 inches, so that is 10.5 inches. Then I'll be connect these two lines together, the armhole to the shoulder. And that is what I've done here, you can see. So the next thing here is to determine the length, the full length. This is 57 inches. I'll be rounding it. This is 57 inches. You can see. Then I will round I'm going to join the sketch, then I'll cut it. After joining the sketch at the down part, then I'll start the cutting from the shoulder here. Then since it doesn't have a waist measurement, I'm going to cut it down. So when you are stitching it from the bust measurement, just stitch it down. It doesn't have any shape. So this is the shape. You can see how the shape is. So now I'll be using 3 inches for the wideness of the neck. And the deepness of the neck, I'll be using 2 inches for the back. Then I'll be using 3 inches for the front. And it has a standing collar. And it also has slit at the front. Then I'll connect the lines together. Now after connecting the lines together, then I'll cut both the front and the back together. You can see the way I cut it. After then, I'll be cutting the front by taking one of these out. Then I'll cut the front now. So now this is the front. You can see. Then I'll slit it with at least 3 inches. It has a slit at the front. Then I'll stitch it down. So this is all about the body. So what remains here is to cut the sleeve. To cut out the sleeve, you're going to fold the fabric into 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see this is into 4. Then the first thing you're going to consider is the length of the sleeve. The sleeve length here, I'll be using 13 inches. As you can see, this is 13 inches. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to do like S. You can see it. You can see the shape. Then you come down to the length. So after that, the next thing to do is to take the wideness of the sleeve. Which I'll be using 11. For the wideness of the sleeve, I'll be using 11. Then here, I'll be using 8 inches. This is the area we're going to make a pleat with. We're using the plain fabric to make a pleat around this area. So this is 8 inches. Then I'm going to connect this line together from edge to line. So that means it's going to be a slant line. So like this, you can see it. Then after this, I'm going to cut it out. Then after this, you're going to notch the center. So this is the sleeve, the short part of the sleeve. This is another 20.5 inches that will be joining with this. I'm going to use this to make a pleat around this area. I'm going to show it to you when I'm done with the sewing. And this area, I'm going to fold it in, then I'm going to put an elastic. You're going to see it when I'm done with the sewing. So the next thing here is to cut out the pocket, because I told you it has 2 pockets at the sides. So if you're going to fold a pocket, you're going to fold it into 4, because this is into 2. This is the first pocket and this is this other pocket. So the next thing you're going to do is to take the measurement. The deepness of the pocket, it can be, I'm going to be using 11 inches. You can make your own deeper than this. It depends on how you want the pocket to be, but here I'll be using 11 inches, and this is 11 inches for the deepness of the pocket. Then here you're going to take a measurement of at least 7 inches. This is where you're going to put your hand into the pocket. So this is 7 with the sewing allowance. So from here you're going to make a straight line. This will be 7 inches from here, and this also will be 7 inches. This is going to be 7 inches. So now 7 inches to 7 inches, then to 11 inches. I'm going to connect the lines together. Then from here you come down like U shape. You can see. So by the time I cut it out, you see what I'm talking about. So by the time I cut it out, you see the shape. So this is the pocket. Like I said earlier, I said you can make your bigger than this, it can be wider than this, and it can be longer than this. It depends on how you want your pocket to be. So what's next now is the standing collar. So here is 3 inches for the standing collar. So this is all what you need for the standing collar. Then you put a gum stay to make it stand. Then you fold it into 2. Then you place it around the neck. When I'm done with it, I'm going to show you how it's going to be. Here's the finished work so far. You can see this is a flare gown, and you can also call it an A-line. It depends on how you want it, but you can see the way we fold it is like a slant A-line, and that is why it's this full. As long as you fold it equally, it won't be that full, as you can see this. So this is the 2 pockets I said is going to be at the side. The first one, and here is the second one. You can see how wide it is when we use 7 inches. So You can decide to reduce it by using 6 inches or make it wider than this by using 8 inches. It depends on the person that is wearing it. For the stitching of the pocket, if you want to know the details on how to stitch a pocket into a dress, I have a video based on it, and I'm going to drop the link under the description of this particular video. So that is why you have to subscribe to my channel if you are watching me for the first time, so as to know when I upload it. So this is the straight sleeve before attaching the plain that I used to make a pleat around the sleeve. You can see the straight that I firstly cut when I was cutting it, and this is the straight. The straight has an elastic at this area. You can see the elastic. Then I fold it in, and the same thing applicable to the other parts too. You can see it. So it remains the standing collar I told you I'm going to put at the neck. This is the standing collar, this is the front, and here is the back, as you can see. And this is the slit. You can decide to leave the slit this way, and again you can decide to put a button around here. Just make a button hole, then you tack a button here, then you put it to make it close this way. And if you like it this way, you can also leave it. So please, if you're watching me for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to my channel in order to be getting notifications, and don't forget to on the notification bell so that whenever I upload my video, you'll be getting that. Thank you for watching. Bye.